you look at the video behind us, you get a good impression of what the Caribbean is all about. Sun, sea and sand, culture, cuisine, things that make us unique. Not necessarily better, unique. But what are we actually capitalizing upon in regards to using this uniqueness to create better economies for ourselves within the region? And that, to me, is really what the digital imperative is all about from a Caribbean perspective. Hot off the press from the Digital 2021 State of the Internet report are these statistics. Social media users have grown at the fastest rate in 3 years to 4.2 billion, up 13% year on year. We now spend 42% of our waking time online, with the average internet user clocking up almost 7 hours a day on the web. 5.22 billion people use a mobile phone. 77% of internet users indicate that they buy something online each month, with food and personal care the fastest growing categories. Well, why can't we get them to buy food products from the Caribbean or buy some of our cultural products from the Caribbean, but online? Older age groups are the fastest growing segments amongst some of the top social platforms. So what is the digital imperative? It is all about digitalization. And the aforementioned statistics has heightened the demand and need for digitalization. What is digitalization? Digitalization is the use of digital technologies to change a business model and provide new revenue and value producing opportunities. It is the process of moving to a digital business. Digital technologies has revolutionized almost every aspect of people's life. Office work, shopping, music, movies, television, photography, travel, transport and long-distance communication are just some of the areas that have been transformed. In Trinidad and the wider Caribbean, like many parts of the world, the COVID era has resulted in an acceleration of digitalization. We are forced to use digital technologies for areas such as education, healthcare, commerce. But are we benefiting sufficiently? Are we exploiting the available technology and the infrastructure and the facilities that are available across the Caribbean to actually enable us and our economies to grow even stronger? For example, across the public sector, there are various forms of digital transformation taking place at different stages of progress. Part of the driver for this is that citizens now expect a level of service akin to what they receive from private companies. Being online, speed, usability, availability, and reliability are key. In the private sector, companies are looking for innovative ways to use technology to improve their processes. The Internet, a catalyst or facilitator of digitalization, is open, distributed, interconnected, transformational, and transnational. In the Internet area, as in other areas, the multi-stakeholder approach is widely accepted as the optimal way to make policy decisions for a globally distributed network, and in our case, for a regionally distributed network, creating what we call in the Caribbean a single ICT space. One of the current challenges in taking forward a vision for digitalization for the Caribbean is understanding where and how to engage with a range of different multi-stakeholder processes and policy-making efforts currently underway. Given the growing importance of the digital economy and the ever-expanding technology landscape, there has been a proliferation of efforts that have the potential to shape policies, governance models, and infrastructure investment priorities, but it is often difficult for many stakeholders in the public and private sectors to identify and focus on those processes with the highest potential for transformative impact. In fact, it is surmised that the greatest hurdle to increase digitalization in the region are governments and the banking sector. Governments, because most governments and most participants in governments clearly do not understand the power of digital transformation, especially in its ability to increase our economies. And banks, because they are ultra-conservative to the point of being regressive. The type of online services offered by banks are akin to what was being offered in developed countries about a decade or more ago. We know that there are upsides, we know that there are downsides. As well as bringing benefits, digital technology has brought many downsides to the region. Data security, crime and terrorism, privacy concerns, social disconnect, work overload, and yet to name a few, plagiarism and copyrights. But the upscale is tremendous. Increased e-commerce in that we can have a large amount of entities supplying their services or selling their products online. Things like digital tourism, online carnivals, concerts, reggae concerts, calypso concerts, e-innovation in the private sector, but things as simple as using technology to determine the optimum packing of containers for export. Transformation of our education systems, delivery of e-medicine, and the list can go on. The future is bright when we consider what digitalization can enable. But the imperative for us is to jump on the bandwagon, optimize the resources we have, and look to see how we can become global players within the digital sphere. The digital imperative was thrust upon us by COVID-19. We have to embrace and step up to the plate.